Beartown by Frederick Bachman has been a book that has been keeping me on my tippy toes since I've read it. Even with the boring parts that I didn't like, it has kept me on my tippy toes because one quote in particular, the legit first quote of the book, keeps you hooked in. Late one evening, toward the end of March, a teenager picked up a double-barreled shotgun, walked into the forest, put the gun to someone else's forehead, and pulled the trigger. This is a story of how we got here. Chills. After this, we learn that there are three main characters. Maya, who's an acoustic playing guitar girl who wants to make it big to get out of Beartown. Amat, who also wants to get out of Beartown, but is also wanting to be a NHL player when he's older because his mother is poor and she is single, she's widowed, and he wants to bring both of them into America to be more successful. And then there's Kevin, who's the, Beartown all-star. He's always had everything handed to him, and he's always been a prodigy ever since he started playing ice hockey at the ripe age of 7. And this will be important later. Now, Kevin has been handed a lot of things, and in his first game, he made all the goals in that game, and from then on, he has always been a major player in the Beartown hockey team. Now, this gets important because everything is handed to him. I want you to be emphasized on that, because one night, after they win the big semifinal game that leads them into the finals and will make Beartown a major sponsored town and bigger than it is for its decline, something happens. After Amat and Kevin win the big semifinal game, Maya and Kevin meet each other at Kevin's house, and there's the big party and celebration thrown. And while they get to know each other, they go upstairs into Kevin's room, and something unfortunately happens. Trigger warning. Basically, Maya gets assaulted by Kevin, which is the lighthearted version. And this led me to, why did Kevin do it at first? It was a lingering thing in my head. As Frederick Bachman puts on page 176, she will remember the way he touched her body as if it didn't belong to her, as if it were a thing he had earned, as if her head and the rest of the two separate objects, independent of each other. No one will ask her about that. They'll just ask how much resistance she put up, if she was clear enough. Later on, Kevin also states, "I'll be careful, I promise. I thought you liked me." It definitely puts into emphasis on how Kevin's character gets basically everything handed to him, and he sees her body as some sort of trophy that, she's vulnerable. She is literally intoxicated at this point, and Kevin says, "I earned this." The diction Frederick Bachman gives is that he earns this, even though he doesn't. And the one question I have after reading that quote is, will Maya be the one holding the shotgun to Kevin's head for what he did to her? Or another twist is that Amat actually saw some of it going down. Will Amat be doing that to Kevin, holding the shotgun up to his head to avenge Maya? Or will Kevin be the one holding the shotgun to Maya's head to keep her quiet and to make her gone for what he's about to do to win the finals game and to make Beartown a bigger town than it already is? That's why I love Beartown, and that's why the mid-finale is amazing, and it's kept me on my feet. Such an amazing book so far.